I would kill an animal.
I would kill an animal. Yeah, everybody should sit down. Of course. I mean, unless. So I talked to Vegan Gaines, and he said that he would rather starve to death or kill himself than to kill let's say, at least an innocent animal. But yeah, like even vegans should be able to say, like, if I was starving to death, I'd kill an animal to eat it. But with this very vague question, it could include like killing an animal for survival. If a lion's charging at you or something and you have a gun, you can shoot it. So yeah.
I think there'd be tons of context where I'd kill an animal. Like if a lion's going to go kill a baby, I'd probably kill an animal. I'd kill an animal to save a human life, and I get that vegans probably wouldn't do that.
If I could do something to prevent killing them, besides eating them, like if I was protecting myself and we had like something that we could do to get that animal away, I would definitely try to not kill it. I mean, I feel
But if
like
it comes down to you or the animal, you killing the animal?
I would.
No, they're going to give up their life for the fish.
Why is it always the
think about
extreme
this.
case when talking about would I kill an animal? Like,
exactly.
if you were in this situation.
There aren't lions running around downtown LA.
When I was in the hike,
Oh, you vegans, you make us look so bad. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this show is done like reality shows on TV where they tell you to make it all dramatic or whatever. But there's nothing wrong with answering hypothetical questions. There's nothing wrong with answering unlikely scenarios. Just be honest. That way people can know where you stand. If you're going to say, I'm not going to answer if I would kill an animal to survive or if I'd kill an animal in self-defense, it's just going to make people go like, oh, these guys are crazy. They're part of a cult. But if you would just say, like, now you could be honest and say, I wouldn't. I would let myself die. That's fine. You might sound a little crazy, but people know that you're being honest. But if you're going to say, I'm not going to answer it because it's so unlikely, get out of here. All right. Oh, Elliot, hello.
hiking, there's mountain lions that come and kill people. You've known that, right?
Yes,
That's in Orange County,
totally.
right? That's not in the jungle in Africa.
It's not an everyday situation of
but-
would you kill an animal?
Who
But it's Orange
cares?
County. Mountain lions have killed hikers, kids. Would you
Totally.
just let them? No, let the kid
Yes,
die.
we're hiking in the mountains and there's a mountain lion. I have to be aware of the fact that I'm in mountain lion territory and be like, I'm okay with the risk. Because to be honest, I'm not hiking with a gun. I have no way to defend my friend.
what if
You
you
don't hike
did?
with a hiking pole?
What
I
if you
mean,
did have a
A
gun?
hiking
don't
pole
hike,
against
I
a
don't-
mountain lion?
I don't think you're winning.
I just want to say, like,
Are you gonna
even if
try,
I did,
though?
and even if my attempt were to be successful, I would feel awful having killed the mountain lion.
Of course you would feel awful. I mean, I would too. Like, I'd feel like, okay, I had to do it. I don't regret it. But yeah, this mountain lion lived out here on its own. I have no reason to want it to die, and now it's dead. Any amount of suffering that happened before it died, I would feel bad that happened. What about it, though? That's not the question. Is just, would you do it?
Your feelings are your foundation then for your beliefs then.
100%. Are human beings
Your feelings are a foundation for your belief, of course. That's a strange thing that guy said. But anyways, when I comment on these things, I'm just kind of analyzing what's being said. I don't think I would be good at this kind of situation. So when I comment on it, it's not because I think they're dumb for saying whatever they said. That was a weird comment, but I'd probably say a lot of weird comments on accident. So.
animals?
Yes.
Yes. Sure.
Would you
Wait.
kill another human being to save another human being?
Yes.
Hold on. Let's see.
What makes one? Would you kill another human being to save another human being?
I missed a
Are
lot.
human beings animals?
Yes.
Yes. Sure.
Would you kill another human being to save another human being?
Yes.
What makes one person more valuable to another? Is it your relationship to that person?
It would, yeah, it would probably be.
So if, for example, I raise an animal in the wild, it's like an animal I've built a relationship with, and that animal now threatens the life of a human being that I don't know, but I've known that animal its entire life. What makes killing that animal as just cause okay as opposed to saving that life?
I don't know what these guys are going to say, but I love that comment, that question. I'm going to answer that right now. Because I think a lot of people, if they said, especially if it was a dog, let's say you have a wild dog like a wolf or something, and you raise it. Some people would say that they would rather, like in a burning building, most people would say they'd rather save a human than a dog. But if it was their own dog versus a stranger human, they'd rather save the dog than the human. Now, in a society, what makes a society work is that you have laws, you have rules. We have these laws that would deter each other from doing a bad action. Like, we want to live, so we want it to be illegal for people to be able to kill people, people to be able to harm people, like stabbing people, rape, all these different things. We can recognize these things as bad that we all don't want to happen to each other, to ourselves. So therefore, we're going to agree to not do them to each other. And if we do, we recognize that there's a prison sentence, which would be the deterrence. And so that's important. I think that's the most important. We can't really make this rule with animals because they're not going to follow it. They're not going to be able to listen to it. So I think because in my mind, like, we shouldn't want animals to suffer or anything like that. We should try to remove animals as much as we can from ourselves. Now, I don't think we need to make them not be in areas that we're going to hike in, but we should try to fence off areas so animals don't naturally just come down to us and then we feel defensive and have to kill them or whatever. I think we should come up with the best ways possible to not intrude on them, while also having areas that we can go hiking and see some deer and moose and whatever that we happen to see out in the woods. But when it comes down to killing, if a wild animal that this guy's friends with and feels he has this close connection with is going to attack a human that went on a hike, and that human's going to defend himself by attacking that dog back. If this man that made a close connection with this dog decides he wants to kill the human to defend the dog, I would say that this should be illegal and wrong. Now, the laws can change to the point where it would just be between the two, or if we view the defense of an animal as equal, then we do. But this would just cause chaos. If this wild animal, or we can even imagine it's not wild, but it's still going to kill. If the animal's going to kill a person, and then we say that if the person tries to defend themselves, that a person that's close with that animal can just kill the person. Anyways, I just think that's going to be chaos, and that's my answer. I think. Contrarian 420 says, "What the heck? What was Carson saying that broke policy?" What? Yeah, these videos suck. They think they can copyright claims on this garbage. Yeah, I'm not sure. A bunch of idiots in circle, stuff the ways. Yeah, I was making comments about not liking Elements of Middle Ground, but I'm not sure exactly what some of that other stuff is about. But anyway, so yeah, that's my thoughts. I couldn't imagine anything else. I couldn't imagine like making it permissible to shoot a human because that human was defending themselves from an animal. I mean, just imagine not in the wild. Imagine like I owned a pit bull or something like that, and then I go outside with the pit bull, and the pit bull starts charging at somebody, and it's biting them, and it's going to try to kill them, and the person pulls a gun out to shoot the pit bull because they're a concealed carry person. Or even if they just have a knife on them and they're going to stab the pit bull. Can I see this and go, well, that person's defending themselves, but they're doing it by stabbing the pit bull. That's my pit bull. I don't want it dead, so I can just shoot this person. I don't think that should fly. If you think it should fly, let me know, but it's wild.
I have a longer relationship with that animal. Why would I kill the animal before I'd save that person?
Because
it's about relationship.
You kill a person over an animal. That's just
Correct.
how you- yeah.
Because I believe human beings are animals.
Now, I see humans at a different level, but maybe you value fish at the same level as a person. We see it very different.
I do.
That's just wild. That's wild. That's not a good vegan take. Any vegans that disagree, please come chat with me about that.